The purpose of this video is to cover how returns work in Odoo's version 13. So let's go and look at inventory right now. And if we go to our inventory report, you'll see we have 10 units of product X with the following serial numbers assigned to them, 1 through 10. Very simple. And these are all on hand. So let's now go to sell something, right? We sell by clicking create. We sell to John Doe. We're going to sell product X, and we're going to sell 2 units. Keep it simple, right? Save. As we know, when we confirm the sale, the delivery order is created automatically. We open up the delivery order, and here you'll see 2 distinct line items with the corresponding serial numbers that we're going to use to pull and ship this. And of course, I can click edit and make adjustments to pull one of the other serial numbers from stock if I want, but I don't need to do that. So once we validate this, you'll see the source location is going to be the destination. The delivery address is John Doe, or in Odoo, what's more commonly known as the customer location or partner location. So we'll validate, apply, and ship the product out. Once we do that, if we look at the traceability, you'll see here the movement. You'll see I can access the warehouse out report there. So now those products are gone. They're out of stock, and we'll see that by going to inventory, reporting. Open that up, you'll see we have 8 units left. 1 and 2 are no longer with us. So let's say a year goes by, or no, more realistically, let's say a week goes by, customer calls and says, hey, I need to return these 2 products I just bought from you. Can you please send someone to pick them up? Great. So the person who ends up going to pick those up has a few options to access that order, right? They can go to the serial numbers here, search the serial number they're looking for, 001, and they can access the sale here. I've sold that twice now just in this demo, but they'll access the specific order and they'll go right to the delivery order here, and they can say, okay, let's initiate a return by clicking up there. Here we can see that there's 2 products that I want to return. Maybe I only want to return one of them, right? I can specify that here, and I can also specify a return location. So in most instances, right, if I'm someone who's driving to, for the day, and I am loading these products that I'm returning into a truck and then I return to the warehouse after, you might do a receive in 2 steps in this example, right? You'd have a route which says first the return location would be Nick's truck, and then once, right, and I'd execute it and it would create a stock move to receive those into the truck, and then it would automatically create another stock move in the workflow to receive it from Nick's truck to warehouse stock, right? You're going to implement that route when you want to have more precise insight and more control over your warehouse stock movements, so that you can have a better, more accurate visibility into what's actually in stock or what's not, right? If it's in Nick's truck and someone goes to pick it, then we're going to have an issue. So that's when it'll make sense to implement that second 2-step receipt process. But in this case, we'll just click return, and you'll see Odoo automatically generates a warehouse in receipt, right? So at that point, I could go right here and begin to execute the flow and actually validate it and return it back to, as you see, destination stock. You'll also see that receipt is now here. Open it up, and it's the same one we were just looking at. It's a return of warehouse out number 2, and I'll go here. Odoo will ask me to assign the serial numbers again, and this is the reason why this works this way is for quality control, right? So I can say I'm going to receive number 1. Right, and I'm receiving number 2. Confirm, and I can validate, and just like that, we receive them back into stock. And now you'll see under the inventory report, we're back up to 10, and 1 and 2. Oops, let me see where that is. 1. You can search by serial, but you see 001 and 02 are now down here. So that is a simple example of how returns work. The next thing that you'd want to know is if you go to these orders, everything's tracked here. So you'll see sale order 2 delivered still is equals 0. I should have shown you this a little bit earlier, but you'll see if I had delivered something, right, and I'll quickly run you through it again. If I had delivered a product 1, confirm, quickly go here, we'll validate, apply, it'll just deliver number 3. You'll see delivered equals 1, right? And then I could, of course, create the invoice. For this is getting more into the finance side of it all. Post the invoice, right? Register the payment for the product we just shipped. validate it, mark it as paid, go back to the sale order, now invoiced equals 1. And now when we go back to the delivery and we want to return it, let's see what happens. Now I can say I want to return this product just like that. When I click return, same concept, it generates the incoming product. We're going to receive number 3, confirm, validate. This validates the inventory receipt, brings that product back into stock, which updates the amount delivered back down to 0, as we can see. And in this case, what you would do is if I go to the invoice, you'll see that I'll have the option to add a credit note. And at this point, I can create or add a credit note, give a reason, return product. I could initiate a full refund if I want to, so on and so forth. And I have a few videos that go into, the finances behind a return and how credit note works, etc. But for now, this will give you some insight into how the return workflow goes. If you have any additional questions, please let me know.